Excerpts from the Bhagavad Gita, translated by Jack Hawley. Part 2, The Very Nature of God. Chapter 7, Jnana-Vijnana Yoga, both knowing and experiencing divinity. I know every being past, present, and future, but nobody knows me completely. Verse 1. Krishna says, "Let me be very clear, Arjuna. It may seem impossible to you, but a mere human can indeed come to know God, not merely about God, but to really know God. Knowledge of divinity, jnana, and wisdom of divinity, vijnana. For this, you will need both knowledge of divinity, jnana, and wisdom of divinity, vijnana. I will give these to you. The difference between them is this. One learns knowledge through the senses and mind, that is, through sight and thinking, and one gains the other, wisdom, through direct grasp, through insight and intuition. Knowledge knows it all on an intellectual level. Wisdom realizes it fully and is able to apply it in daily living. Once you combine both of these, there is nothing more you need to know in this world." The two essences of divinity. First, Prakriti, the lower aspect, the cosmos, the world of nature. Listen closely, and I will explain the essence of divinity. First, know that I have two aspects, a lower and a higher. My lower self is the realm of nature, Prakriti. According to the ancient system of knowing, this is comprised of 8 basic components: earth, water, fire, air, ether or space, mind, intellect or higher mind, buddhi, and ego. Note that these basic components are arranged in ascending order from gross matter, physical and chemical elements, to the more subtle and refined, mind, intellect, and ego, which is the basic sense of being a physical self. And note that all 8 of these components, even the very subtle ones, belong to Prakriti, the cosmos, the world of nature. The second essence, Purusha, the higher aspect, the spirit realm, the source of all consciousness. Beyond this world of nature, I have a second, higher aspect that is distinct from all of nature, yet interacts with it. This is my spiritual realm, Purusha. Purusha is the life force, the source of all consciousness and all beings, and the animator of all life. This mysterious power supports and sustains the entire universe. The commingling of nature and spirit, the womb of all beings. The commingling of these two realms, nature, which is inert matter, and spirit, which is life consciousness, is the womb of all beings. Life itself originates in this union of nature and spirit. The entire universe evolves from these two aspects of me and will finally dissolve into me. Pure consciousness, the underlying essence of everything. I am pure consciousness, Arjuna, the underlying essence of all elements and beings. Nothing whatsoever exists separate from my divinity. There is no power in the cosmos that does not emanate from me and belong to me. The entire universe is suspended from me as if I were the string of a necklace of jewels. The gems may differ vastly, but the force holding them all together, the central thread, is me, divinity. Declarations of divinity's essence. I am the slight, delicate scent, the sweet fragrance of the earth. I am the brilliance in both fire and sun. I am the light of divinity in all beings. I am the subtle spirit and spiritual practices that gives them their existence. I am the love in the devotee, for example, the austerity in the ascetic, the sweet sense of charity in the giver. I am the primordial seed of all entities. Maya and the gunas. The gunas, 3 characteristics of nature. Arjuna, all of nature consists of 3 characteristics called gunas. The first is goodness, sattva. The second is passionate activity, rajas. The third is darkness, indolence, and inertia, or tamas. All these come from nature, which is my lower nature. I put on the appearance of this natural world, but I am separate from it. These three qualities of nature, the gunas, are contained within me, divinity, but I am not in them in the sense that I need to rely on them in any way. I do not rely on nature. It relies on me. Maya, the illusion that the intermingling gunas make a real reality. The three basic qualities of nature, goodness, passion, and darkness, are like the three primary colors, which combine in an infinite number of ways to create all hues in the universe. These gunas likewise combine endlessly to create all of the variety in nature. It all seems real, but as it is constantly changing, it is not real. Due to this Maya mentality, the illusion that the world is real, people do not look beyond the veil of illusion to me, the unchanging consciousness, the absolute reality beyond all the worldly. They do not see beyond to me, the very basis of it all. Discriminating between the not real, Maya, and the real. Those who are unable to see beyond the veil cannot, in effect, discriminate between real and not real. Oblivious to the reality of their own higher nature, the true self within, they sink to their lower nature and do evil deeds, committing acts to turn them away from divinity. Not knowing the holy from the unholy, they are of course not devoted to me, divinity. The four devotees. 4 types of people seek a connection with me. 1. The world-weary for the alleviation of physical or mental agony. 2. The seekers of happiness through worldly things, praying to obtain wealth, glory, etc. 3. Seekers of spiritual advancement, whose motive is to gain knowledge and experience to aid their self-realization. 4. The wise, people who truly know the Atma, self, who know that God alone exists, and whose only impulse is for the divine and nothing else. The first 3 are attached to the worldly objects or mental states they desire. The wise ones, who know me as the essence within themselves. The wise ones of the 4th category are my very self. They know me as the essence within themselves and are always with me. Their devotion stands foremost. As fuel thrown into the fire becomes fire, the wise, absorbed in me, actually become one with the Godhead, their own divinity, their one and only goal. After many a long life of meditation, these wise ones come to me. They see that all this world is indeed their innermost self, and realize that God alone puts on the appearance of all phenomena. Worldly desires and limited goals. Others, hoping to fulfill worldly desires, drift to lesser gods and offer rituals and rites. It is quite easy for them to get to those limited deities, but the rewards are correspondingly small. Healing disease, winning litigation, acquiring a position, and other trifling psychic powers are alluring to the worldly caught. True devotees of the Supreme Godhead give no thought to worldly things. Delusive Maya and God always commingle. People can't know the truth of God without knowing their own truth, Atma. Arjuna, my delusive Maya and I are always commingled. While others are deluded by the appearance of physical reality, I am all-knowing. If individual souls do not know their own truth, Atma, how are they to know the truth of God, the cosmic soul? How people lose their original birth sense of the deep truth of oneness with the Godhead through Maya. Why is it that people do not know this deep truth? Because as soon as they are born, they are led to believe that the world around them is real. They forget their oneness with divinity and fall into a pattern of likes and dislikes that give rise to all sorts of desires, attachments, and aversions. With their nervous systems thus conditioned, their sense of individuality, ego, is reinforced time and time again. It does not dawn on the impure mind preoccupied with ego to make room for devotion to God. Without that devotion, it is impossible to see one's oneness with God. But those who purify their actions by dedicating them all to the divine gradually grow less influenced by their own habits and desires. One step at a time, they overcome their lower self, worshipping me, the one who is not separable.